let's walk through E first. Okay? So, first we have to do what? First we subtract 16 from both sides. So that gives me 2 times the cube root of x equals negative 16. Then, divide both sides by 2. That gives me the cube root of x equals negative 8. Then what? Cube root or cube? Cube to get rid of the root. So I'm going to cube both sides. Left side gives me x. Right side gives me negative 512. What do I need to do now? Check it. What is the cube root of negative 512? Negative 8. What is negative 8 times 2? Negative 16. What is negative 16 plus 16? Is 0 equal to 0? Yes. Exactly. Some people were saying that 0 isn't equal to 0. They were trying to be silly.
I was actually tripped up for a second. I was like, I thought it was.
Exactly.
Most definitely.
You just eat your hoagie.
Oh, I will.
Oh, I know. Okay, next one. What do we do first? Subtract 9. That gives me the square root of 3x minus 1 equals negative 1. Correct?
Yes.
Now what?
You square the left and the right side to get rid of the thing. Maybe.
Okay, we can. That's fine. I'm going to put a little asterisk here. We'll come back to that in a minute. Okay? All right, so we square both sides, right? Left side?
3x minus 1.
Right side.
1
Then what?
plus 1. And divide by
3. Okay.
Wait, is it plus or minus 2/3?
No. Just 2/3. Yep. Because we didn't take the square root anywhere.
Oh, okay.
Did we check it? Don't need to? Oh, you did? And it doesn't work out? It does?
Yes, it does.
It does?
Final answer.
Yeah.
It does?
Yes.
Yes.
Questioning it. I did.
It does.
Okay. All right, so it works, right?
Yes.
Okay. We got to work on our checking then.
Jeez, Bryce.
Because what's 2/3 times 3?
2.
That's 2, right?
How do you do that in your head?
The 3's cancel out.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that's 2, right? 2 minus 1 is 1, right? What's the square root of 1? No, what's the square root of 1? No, it's not. It's 1, right? And what's 1 plus 9? 10. Is 10 equal to 8? No. So what happens? It's gone. So in this case, there are no solutions. No, I didn't. Because I would have stopped way up here by my asterisk. Can a square root ever be negative?
You kidding?
Can a square root ever be negative?
No.
No. So I would have stopped right here and gone to no solution. But you just told me what I needed to get at the asterisk. You know what I mean? Okay? You guys, honestly, okay, you guys get so tunnel vision on I've got to solve this problem, I've got to do this, and I've got to do this.
That's a good thing.
Well, it is, but at the same time, you don't see the bigger picture. So you didn't see that you had a square root equaling a negative number, which you know to be, because you spent a whole unit on it, is impossible.
Oh,
Okay.
unless you use I.
Unless you use I. Right.
Yeah, because when they use I, it stands for possible.
Exactly. Or it stands for imaginary, either one.
That too.
Yeah.
Mine is blind.
Yeah. Yeah. Double hockey sticks. Oh, yeah. All right, so now I want to say we're turning a page. No?
No, it's not the next two problems.
Is it?
G and H.
Oh, it is G and H. Why did I go 5 and 6? Oh, I know why we went 5 and 6. We'll change that because we went out of a packet before, but then we switched it to out of the book. G and H. All right, make it happen. Let's actually tap the brakes, childrens. Let's do one together first. You want to do G together first, or do you want to do H together first? G first? Okay. So I still need to isolate the radical. Yes?
Sure.
Okay. So I am going to get all cray-cray here now, and I am going to add the square root of x to both sides. At the same time, I am going to subtract 2 from both sides, so that I get x minus 2 equals the square root of x. With me?
Can you do that the other way around?
What do you mean the other way around?
Like if you have a positive square root?
Then I wouldn't need to move it to the other side because I want that radical to be positive.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Oh wait, just kidding. Never mind.
Okay.
I saw,
Glad I could answer
I
your
saw
question.
what you were doing. So
Okay. Now what am I going to do?
You're gonna
Two.
add 2.
I'm going to square both sides. Okay. So on the right side, what do I get?
X.
I just get x. On the left side, what do I get?
X squared minus.
No.
Parentheses, x minus 2 squared. X squared plus 4.
No.
X squared minus.
X squared minus 2 minus 2.
So-
x squared minus 4x plus 4.
X squared minus 4x plus 4. Side note, that is x minus 2 times x minus 2, which is x squared, minus 2x, minus 2x, plus 4. Okay? Now, what?
Put the x's on one side.
Subtract 4.
But I've got 2 different kinds of x's.
Add 4.
No.
Minus x.
Just get everything onto one side.
Oh, then
So we're going to get it equal to 0. So that gives me x squared minus 5x plus 4. Whoa, 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 whoa. X squared minus 5x plus 4 equals 0. Now what?
factor it.
Factor it. What does it factor to be?
I don't know yet.
X minus 4, x minus
X minus 4, X minus 1. Now what?
So it equals 0.
Set those equal to 0. So that's going to be X minus 4 equals 0 and X minus 1 equals 0. So that's going to be X equals 4 and X equals 1. Right? Now what?
Figure out which one's the real answer.
Well, you got to check them both, right? Okay, so square root of 4. Square root of 4 is 2. 4 minus 2 is 2. Is 2 equal to 2? Yes. Okay, so that one's good. Square root of 1. 1 minus 1 is 0. Is 0 equal to 2? No. So that one is extraneous and goes away. My only answer then is X equals 4. Possibly. Okay? But you've got to check each answer, and hopefully you check each answer correctly. Okay? Do H for me, please. Is my radical isolated? Yes, my radical is isolated, so I can go right to squaring both sides. On the left, when I square it, what do I get? X squared minus 2x plus 1. On the right side, when I square it, what do I get? X plus 1. Okay, now what do I have to do? Get it equal to 0. So I'm going to subtract x and subtract 1 at the same time. Yes? Okay, so then that gives me x squared minus 3x equals 0. Now what? What can factor?
X.
So I can factor out an x. That leaves me with
X minus 3.
x minus 3. So I set those factors equal to 0. So I've got to check 0 and I've got to check 3. Right? Okay. If I plug 0 in, I get 0 minus 1, which is negative 1 on the left side. Do I need to go any further? Why not? A square root can't equal a negative number, correct? So 0 is going to get kicked out. 3 minus 1 is 2. 3 plus 1 is, and the square root of 4 is 2 equal to 2? Yes. So this one is my answer. Questions? If you didn't see that negative number over here, then you would have gone 0 plus 1 is 1, the square root of 1 is 1, and then 1 is not equal to negative 1. Okay? This is somewhere in there. Next page, number 1. Read, interpret, and solve. The Beaufort scale is a system that measures wind speed and describes conditions at sea and on land. The scale's range is from 0 to 12. A 0 means that the wind speed is less than 1 mile per hour and the conditions at sea or on land are calm. A 12 on the Beaufort scale represents hurricane conditions with wind speeds greater than 74 miles an hour, resulting in greater than 50-foot waves at sea and severe damage to structures and landscape. Consider the equation V equals 1.837b to the 3/2 power. Not very good powerish there by the book, if you ask me. It looks kind of like times 3. Would I mark it wrong? Oh yeah, big time. Wind speed in miles per hour V and the Beaufort number is B. Determine the Beaufort number for a wind speed of 20 miles per hour. Okay, so 20 miles per hour here is what? V or B? V. Okay, so that's what V is. So my equation then becomes 20 equals 1.837b to the 3/2 power. And we need to solve for B. Make it so. What are we going to do first? Divide both sides by that 1.837 number. Now me, you know me, I'm a little different breed of cat. I'm going to leave it as 20 divided by 1.837.
Are we allowed to use calculators in this situation?
Well, I would hope so because it's going to be kind of ugly, otherwise. I mean, okay. So then what am I going to do next? What power am I going to take here?
Square root.
No.
Cube root.
No.
2/3.
2/3, right? I'm going to take both sides to the 2/3 power. You understand why, right? Because what's 3/2 times 2/3? 1. So that just gets me B over there. So we said that it was 20 divided by 1.837, right? And we were taking that to the 2/3 power. Oops, forgot the 2. I get a Beaufort number of 4.912. Yeah? Okay. 4.912 is my Beaufort number. I did. That's fine. That's fine.
Cool.
How'd you do it?
I divided 20 by the 1.87, got 10.887
Okay.
equals the square root of b cubed,
Okay.
and then I squared both of them.
Squared both sides,
And then
and then cube rooted both sides.
yeah.
Yep, that works too. Same thing. Yep.
Wait,
How would he do what he did?
Yeah.
He took this b to the 3/2 power and he wrote it as the square root of b cubed. 'Cause that's what it is. Okay? Right? So then he squared both sides to get rid of the radical, and so then he got some number equals b cubed, and then he cube rooted both sides, and then that got him 4.912. Yep, same thing. Yep. We did your 2 steps in 1 step. Yep. Either way, but both work. Yep. So if you forget about the reciprocal of exponents, gets rid of them, you can do it your way too. Yep.
Does reciprocal mean opposite?
Reciprocal means flip it.
Okay.
Okay. This is number 2, I think, on the same page.
Yeah.
Okay. Want to try it by yourself?
No.
Yeah.
You said it.
So, in medicine, body surface area, BSA, is used to help determine proper dosage of medications. The equation BSA equals W times H square root divided by 60 miles per BSA squared meters. At patients weight in kilos and a patient's height in centimeters. Determine the height of a patient who weighs, so that's a W. That one's a W. And has a BSA of, so that's BSA of 2.1. So BSA is 2.1. That's going to equal the square root of 90 times H divided by 60. Right? Okay. So 120.6 if I multiply both sides by 60? Or is it 126?
126.
126 equals the square root of 90H. Then square both sides. So what's the square of 126? 15,876 equals 90H. Then divide by 90, we get 176.4 equals H, and that is, we said in the problem, that was in centimeters. Boom. Okay? I think that was the last one.
Yeah, we've been.
No, it's the last one.
Yeah, that's
What?
definitely the last one.
No, that was the last one for us because the next slide is blank. Okay? So, I'm going to give you two things today. I'm going to give you purple homework to go for 9.6. I'm going to give you gold review packet homework for your test, which is on Thursday.